And Mr. From the back secretariat, we have Mr. Carlo Medina, Mr. John Carlos Guerra, and yours truly, Lauro L. Roberto Jr. Madam Chair, may we ask the representative from our prospective bidders to please approach the mic and kindly introduce yourself by stating your name and the company you are representing. Madam Chair.
Granted. So we're requesting
Thank you,
all
Madam
those
Chair.
present.
Can we
Thank you.
start here? The kindly loud and clear state your name and the company you are representing for records purposes. Thank you.
Hello, good morning po. I'm Candy Nabwa, representing Philprint and Allied Services. Marikina po. Thank you.
Good morning po, Robert Bautista from JC Palabay.
Morning everyone, Mr. Dante Bonifacio Jr. from JC Palabay Enterprises, Marikina City. Thank you.
Gali Pagaduan from JC Palabay Enterprises from Marikina also. Thank you.
Good morning, Josephine Velasco, Icor Enterprises, Pangasinan.
Morning everyone, Roderick Nepomuceno from Mind Printing, Valenzuela. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Rhea David, representing Megastar Printers, Mangaldan, Pangasinan.
Good morning, Virgilio Bago Caneo Enterprises, Parañaque.
Good morning, Cecil Cruzat from Torreno Printing Corporation from Project 4.
Bobby Laurel from Beko Paper Corporation.
Bobby Chuaching from Beko Paper Corporation, Muntinlupa.
Good morning, Dovie Yap, Edu Resources Publishing, Quezon City.
Good morning, Lusulit from Printwell, Mandaluyong City.
Good morning, everyone. Julie K. Pelobello from Printwell, Mandaluyong.
Good morning, Chaan Dalida from Davao City, Midtown Printing Company Incorporated.
Good morning, Pauline Abong from Forgems Corporation, Mandaluyong.
Good morning, everyone. Julius Montalia from Vicarious Publication.
Good morning, I'm Felix Acevedo, Vicarious Publication.
Good morning, I am May and Junisha from Apex Multipurpose Cooperative, Dagupan City.
Good morning, everyone. Glenda Cabanos, Bloom Books Inc., Valenzuela.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ruby Pascual, representing ARIC General Merchandising, QC.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rich Libanez from Sun Printing Press, Cebu City.
Morning, I'm Johnny Ang from Sun Printing Press, Cebu City.
Good morning. My name is Arnold Ang from Max Copy Center, Minglanilla, Cebu.
No more? Okay, that's all for the participants, Madam Chair.
Okay, so you may continue.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For this proceeding, we have invited observers through our letter dated May 31, 2023. We have invited the Commission on Audit, the civil society organizations such as the NAMFREL, Ansaya Foundation Incorporated, Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and G Watch. Unfortunately, no one in attendance. The end user for this project is the Bureau of Learning Resources, the Learning Resources Production Division, or BLR LRPD. The source of funds for this project is a combination of FY 2022 IMS continuing funds and FY 2023 IMS current fund. The back through its secretariat simultaneously posted the invitation to bid in PhilJEP's DepEd website, Facebook, and DepEd bulletin board on May 31, 2023. This PreBid conference is the initial forum where the procuring entities' representatives and prospective bidders discuss the different aspects of the procurement at hand. Its main purpose is to clarify and address every prospective bidder's questions on different aspects of the procurement as contained in the bidding documents. This way, the bidders will fully understand the requirements, hence, they will be adequately aided in coming up with a responsive bid. Note that any statement issued during the conference shall not be binding or shall not modify the terms in the bidding documents unless the same is specifically identified in writing as an amendment and is issued through a supplemental or bid bulletin. The approved budget for the contract for this project has a total of 605,444,384.15 broken down into 14 lots. For lot 1, the grade 9 learning resource, the ABC is 54 million. For lot 2, 88.1 million. For lot 3, 55.4 million. And for lot 4, 55.8 million. That's composed the grade 9 learning resource with a subtotal of 253.5 million. Now for kinder activity sheets, that is for lot 5 to 8. For lot 5, we have 27.6 million. For lot 6, 44.6 million. For lot 7, 26.2 million. For lot 8, 30.7 million with a subtotal of 129.3 million. For psychosocial support activity pack, this is for lot 9 to 10. For lot 9, 14.8 million. And for lot 10, 15.8 million, having a subtotal of 30.7 million. For grade 10 learning resources, that is for lots 11 to 14. For lot 11, we have 39.7 million. For lot number 12, 66.6 million. For lot 13, 43.4 million. For lot 14, 41.9 million, with a subtotal of 191.8 million and a grand total of 605.4 million. The BAC through its secretariat started issuing the bidding documents last May 31, 2023 at the following cost. For lot 1, 6,700, lot 2, 11,000, lot 3, 6.9 thousand, lot 4, 6.9 thousand, lot 5 and 6, 3.5 thousand, lot 7, 3,200, 18, lot 8, 3.8 thousand, lot 9, 1,800, lot 11, 4,900, lot 12, 8,200, lot 13, 5,400, and lot 14, 5,200. In the event that they will join for all the lots, a total of 75,000 for the cost of the bidding documents. But the bidding documents may be downloaded at the following website at https://notices.philjeps.gov.ph and at www.deped.gov.ph. As of June 6, yesterday, 6 p.m., no one bought the bidding documents. But this private conference is open to all interested parties who have or have not bought the bidding documents. For the salient points of the bidding documents, under invitation of the bid and instruction to bidders, the bidders or the prospective bidders should have completed within a period of 10 years immediately preceding the deadline for submission of bids a single largest completed contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be bid and the value of which adjusted, if necessary, by the bidder to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority Consumer Price Index must be 50% of the ABC being bid for. Or in the event that they don't have a single largest contract, they can also submit at least two similar contracts, and the total of the aggregate contracts amount should be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC to be bid for. And the largest of these similar contracts must be equivalent to at least 25% of the ABC being bid for. Under bid data sheet ITB clause 5.3, page 20 of the bidding documents. For the purpose of track record requirement, contracts similar to the project shall refer to manufacturing of printed and bound materials. And for this purpose, the similar contract should have been completed within a period of 10 years immediately preceding the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. ITB clause 7.1b, subcontracting is not allowed. ITB clause 9, still on page 20, the bidder or the prospective bidders may submit their request for clarifications for an interpretation must be in writing and submitted at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. And this must be addressed to the chair. The Bids and Awards Committee chair is ASEC Dexter A. Galban at the address of the BAC Secretariat. Or they can email it also at depedcentral.backsecretariat@deped.gov.ph. Remember that consistent with Section 22.5.3 of the revised IRR of RA 9184, posting on the PhilJEPS and the procuring entity's website of any supplemental and bid bulletin shall be considered sufficient notice to all parties concerned. ITB Clause 10, documents comprising the bid. In the eligibility and technical documents, additional requirement is the list of machine and equipment, including its capacity or estimated outputs per day to be used for the project. For the financial component, the second bid envelope shall contain the financial documents for the bid, and the bid form and price schedule shall be per lot as prescribed in the forms provided in the bidding documents. The price of the goods shall be quoted delivered duties paid or DDP, and bid prices should be written in 2 decimal places only. Bid prices that are written in more than 2 decimal places shall be rounded off. Result of the bid evaluation that will exceed the ABC shall be a ground for rejection of bids. Now, for the bid security, the prospective bidders have an option to submit a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms. A 2% of the ABC being bid for a bid security in the form of cash, cashier's check, manager's check, bank draft, bank guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. 5% of the ABC if the bidder opt to use a bid security in the form of surety bond. The corresponding amounts are indicated in the bidding documents. Bid securities other than the bid securing declaration shall be turned over to the DepEd Cash Division for custody. The bid securing declaration shall be under the custody of BAC Secretariat. Remember that the bid security shall not contain any deletion, crossing out, expansion, or any form of correction. Otherwise, DepEd may reject such security if any such intercalation, superimposition, or alteration affects any material information or feature of the document. Under ITB Clause 15 on page 21 to 22, prospective bidders shall enclose their original eligibility and technical documents in a sealed envelope marked as Original Technical Proposal. Copies thereof shall be similarly sealed in envelopes marked as Copy Number 1, Technical Proposal, and Copy Number 2, Technical Proposal. In addition, the USB flash drive containing the soft copy of the original eligibility and technical documents shall be marked as USB flash drive. The sealed envelopes containing the original and the copies and the flash drive shall then be enclosed to a one single envelope marked as technical proposal. On the other hand, the original of their financial shall be enclosed in one or in another sealed envelope marked as original financial proposal. Copies thereof, the 1 and 2, shall be similarly sealed in envelope marked as Copy 1, Financial Proposal, Copy 2, Financial Proposal. The USB flash drive containing the soft copy of the original financial document shall be marked as USB flash drive. The said envelopes containing the original and the copies and the mother flash drive shall be then enclosed in one single envelope marked as financial proposal. Further, the envelopes marked as technical proposal and financial shall be enclosed and or sealed in an outer envelope marked as mother envelope. Any discrepancy between the hard or paper copies and the copies contained and as presented in the USB flash drive shall be a ground for disqualification. Original copies of Class A eligibility legal documents such as the SEC, DTI, or CDA registration certificate and mayor's permit may not be submitted on the date and time of the bid submission. However, the bidder must be able to present such original copies during post-qualification on demand by the BAC or its authorized representative for validation. To facilitate the receipt and classification of bid envelopes, the mother envelope shall be preferably red. The inner envelope containing the technical shall be blue, and the inner containing financial proposal shall be green, and the post-qualification document shall be brown. The post-qualification documents may be submitted during the bidding, but this does not disqualify the bidder who will not submit the post-qualification documents during bid submission. Take note that each bidder shall submit 3 paper copies, 1 original and 2 copies of its bids and 2 USB flash drive for the electronic copies, 1 technical component and 1 financial component. The e-copy of the price schedule must be in the form of Excel and PDF. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes shall be rejected. However, bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding document shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid for its premature opening. Online submission of bids is not allowed. These slides will guide you on how will you mark and seal your envelope. Computation of the prospective bidder's net financial contracting capacity must be at least equal to the AB's calculated as follow. So the formula for the computing the NFCC is provided here in the bidding documents. If the bidder submits a committed line of credit in the event that the NFCC is in 10% of the AB's issued here commercial bank. In case the bidder bids for two or more lots, the bidder shall indicate the lots being bid for in the order of priority or preference, following the form prescribed in the bidding documents. The computation of NFCC shall take into account the lots being bid for. The number In any case, the NFCC computation or committed line of credit as well as the SLCC must be sufficient for all the lots or contracts being bid for. For a subsequent lots, in the event that you are going to bid for more than one lot, the formula of the NFCC is also provided in the bidding documents. In case of a joint venture, the NFCC shall be computed based on the audited financial statement of the local lead partner, unless it is shown by clear proof that the other partners to the joint venture shall have infused capital investment to support the operation of the local lead partner to ensure compliance with obligation under the contracts in this project, in which case the NFCC of the foreign joint venture or the minority partner of the joint venture shall be computed. For this purpose, the local lead partner shall be that person, organization, or company identified by in the joint venture agreement or in the letter of intents. For easier reference, participating JVs or prospective JV partners must indicate in their JBAs or letter of intent the local partner appointed by them. For ITB Clause 20.1 on pages 25 to 26, this is the post-qualification requirements. Within a non-extendable 5 days or 5 calendar days from receipt of the bidder of a notice from the bank that it submitted the LCB or the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit the following requirements. Letter A, the latest income and business tax returns. These are printed copies of the electronically filed income tax and business tax returns with copies of their respective payment confirmation forms for the immediately preceding calendar tax year from the authorized agent bank. Only tax returns filed and tax paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system or EFPS shall be accepted. Note that the latest income and business tax returns are those within the last 6 months preceding the date of the bid submission. Next, post-qualification documents is the certificate of paper test result from the Forest Products Research and Development Institute or FPRDI or the manufacturer of paper, which must be issued within 3 months prior to the date and deadline for the submission and opening of bids. In case a certificate is from the manufacturer of paper, the manufacturing paper shall secure also a certificate from FPRDI. Any paper attributes that FPRDI cannot process, there must be a certificate that states their incapability to proceed. The details or the attributes of the papers are provided in the bidding documents for the cover page, inside page, as well as the inside pages. Third, for the post-qualification documents is the detailed printing, manufacturing, binding, revising, packing, and delivery schedules for evaluation of the capacity to complete the project within project duration. Other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS will be informed in case there's any. During post-qualification, upon demand by the BAC or its representatives, a bidder with the lowest calculated bid shall be able to present or submit first documents to verify or support its statement of ongoing and or statement identifying its single largest completed contract, which may consist of the following: appropriate and clear, duly signed contracts, purchase orders, agreements, notices of awards, job orders, or notices to proceed, with corresponding duly signed certificate of completion, delivery receipts, inspection and acceptance reports, certificates of final acceptance, or official receipts. For validation purposes, original copy of Class A eligibility documents. Those are the mayor's permit, tax clearance, audited DepEds, and etc. Certified true copy of documents as issued by the certifying or authorized agencies. During post-qualification, compliance of the goods offered with the requirements specified in this bidding document shall be determined, including the following, as per Section 34.3, Item A of the IRR of RA 9184, verification of availability and commitment, and or inspection and testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of the equipment to be used, which is owned, leased, under purchased by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shows that a negative slippage of at least 15% in any one of the project, or negative slippage of at least 10% in each of two or more contracts. As per Section 34.3 A to C of the IRR of RA 9184, verification and or inspection and testing of the product after sales and or maintenance capabilities in applicable cases, as well as checking the following. First, delay in the partial delivery of goods amounting to 10% of the contract price in its government and private contracts. Second, if any of these contracts shows that the bidder's failure to deliver or perform any or all other goods or services within the period specified in the contract or within any extension granted thereof by the procuring entity to a request made by the supplier prior to the delay, and such failure amounts of at least 10% of the contract price, or unsatisfactory performance of the supplier's obligation as per contract terms and condition of this from the time of inspection. If the BAC verifies that these deficiencies to be due to the bidder's fault or negligence, the BAC shall disqualify the bidder from award for the procurement of goods. In case of a foreign bidders, a certificate of authentication from the Department of Foreign Affairs shall be required for each document submitted, that is the Class A documents or its equivalent that are written in foreign language, translated to English, and duly authenticated by the appropriate Philippine Foreign Service establishments or post or the equivalent office having the jurisdiction over the foreign bidders' affairs in the Philippines. To facilitate post-qualification, the bidder at its option may submit in advance during bid submission the requirements for post-qualification under Section 2 ITB Clause 20.1. To facilitate that advance submission of post-qualification, the bidder shall mark their envelope ITB 20.1 documents, the name of the project, the opening date, and the name of the bidder. Failure to submit the post-qualification requirements within the required time frame or finding against the veracity of any such documents or other documents submitted for the project shall be a ground for disqualification of the bidder for the award and enforcement of the bid securing declaration. Under the special conditions of the contract, the method and conditions of payment to be made to the supplier through the government disbursement procedure is within 60 days after the date of acceptance of goods at the project site and upon submission of the documents under these contracts. The supplier may submit a request for payment based on the progress reports, which shall be attached to the progress billing and include the following: the actual quantity of goods delivered based on the schedule of delivery and the other relevant terms and conditions of this contract. Next, the duly signed delivery receipts, the duly signed inspection and acceptance reports, including certification by supplier as approved by the duly authorized DepEd representatives that the goods have been delivered and or properly installed and commissioned in accordance with the contract. The sales invoice, the warranty certificate, bank certificate with valid account number for LDDAP, the request for payment, and other documentary requirements as may be required under the existing accounting and auditing rules and regulations and other issuances. For initial progress payment, a minimum of 25% of the contract price shall be paid to the supplier upon delivery of 25% of the goods and acceptance of the same by the DepEd's authorized representative. Final payment shall constitute a release of the retention money in case of expiration of the warranty period or the remaining amount in case it has been utilized pursuant to warranty provision. The following shall be required for the release of the retention money. First, the request for payment for the release of the retention money. Second, certificate of no claims against the warranty, the billing statement, the certificate of final acceptance, the bank certificate, with a valid account number for LDDAP and other existing or documentary requirements as may be required under the existing accounting and auditing rules and regulation and other issuances. Take note that the supplier must furnish a copy of the above mentioned documents or those documents to DepEd Accounting and the end user, which is the Bureau of Learning Resource through the LRPD, and the CMD or the Contract Management Division from the Procurement Service Central Office. All payments shall be subject to the warranty provision in the form of either retention money in an amount equivalent to 1% of the every progress payment or a special bank guarantee in the amount of equivalent to 1% of the contract price provided under Section 62.1 of RA 9184 and its revised IRR. For the performance security, it shall be posted in favor of DepEd and shall be forfeited in the event it is established that the supplier is in default of any of its obligation under the contract. The supplier shall be responsible for the extension of its performance security and or renewal of its performance security whenever necessary and without need of prior notice or instruction from DepEd to ensure that it is in force and effect for the whole duration of the contract delivery period and until a certificate of final acceptance is duly issued. The performance security shall not contain any deletion, crossing out, expansion, or any form of correction. Otherwise, DepEd may reject such security if any such intercalation or alteration affects any material information or feature of the document. For the warranty under ITB clause or GCC clause 5 on page 38 of the bidding documents, a comprehensive and on-site warranty for 6 months for the period for the procured items will be applied. The said warranty period shall recon from the date of issuance of the certificate of final acceptance by DepEd that the delivered goods have been duly inspected and accepted. The obligation for the warranty shall be covered by retention money in any amount equivalent to 1% of every progress payment or a special bank guarantee equivalent to 1% of the contract price. In case that the supplier opts for retention money, the amount shall be only released after the lapse of the entire warranty period unless during the remainder of the warranty period the retention money is submitted with a special bank guarantee as prescribed in the bidding documents. The special bank guarantee shall not contain any deletion, crossing out, expansion, or any form of correction. Otherwise, DepEd may reject such security if any such intercalation or alteration affects any material information or feature in the document. Under Section 6 of the bidding documents is the schedule of requirements. The delivery schedule expressed here stipulates the date of delivery to the project site. For Lot 1 to 4, which is the grade 9 learning resource, with the prescribed with the number of quantities for each lot, the delivery period is 120 calendar days from the date of receipt of the authority to mass print. For lot numbers 5 to 8, for kindergarten activity sheets with their corresponding quantities. The delivery period must be within 90 calendar days from the date of receipt of the authority to mass print. For lot number 9 to 10 for psychosocial support activity pack with their corresponding quantities, the contract duration is within 90 calendar days from the date of receipt of the authority to mass print. For lot numbers 11 to 14, that is for grade 10 learning resource, with their corresponding number of quantities, the contract duration is within 120 calendar days from the date of receipt of the authority to mass print. So the contract duration shall be made within 120 calendar days upon receipt of the AMP for lot numbers 1 to 4 and 11 to 14, while 90 calendar days from the date of receipt of authority to mass to print for lot numbers 5 to 8 and 9 and 10. The goods shall be delivered and inspected at the following delivery site for grade 9 learning resource at junior high schools, as well as for the grade 10, while for kindergarten activity sheet at district offices. And the and the psychosocial activity pack will be at the schools division offices. Next part of the bidding documents is the technical specification. For lot 1 to 4, that is for grade 9, these are grade 9 learning resource with 440 pages and a quantity of 2 million. The book size is 8.5 by 10.75. The specification for paper requirements for cover and inside pages is provided here in the bidding documents, as well as the colors for the cover, the binding, and packing requirement. So that is for lot numbers 1 to 4. For lots 5 to 8, it is also provided in the bidding documents. For 9 to 10, also provided in the bidding documents are the requirements or the technical specification for the psychosocial activity pack, the number of pages, the quantity, the book size, the paper requirement for inside and cover pages, as well as the colors. Same with lot numbers 11 to 14, which is grade 10. Those specifications are provided in the bidding documents under Section 7 Technical Specification. Please take note of the no contact rule under Section 32.1 of the IRR of the revised RA 9184. Members of the BAC, including its staff and personnel, as well as its secretariat and TWG, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its secretariat, may ask in writing the bidder for a clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. Take note of the deadline for the submission and opening of bids. This will be on June 20, 2023, 8:30 a.m. at BCD Conference Room, that is in 3rd floor, Bonifacio Building of DepEd. Late bids shall not be accepted. any other clarification, you may also write us in letter, but the deadline for submission of such letter of clarification will only be until June 9, 2023, 5 p.m. You can email it to depedcentral.backsecretariat@deped.gov.ph. Please use your official business email in sending your queries and clarification. That's all, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Back Secretariat. The floor is now open for discussion. Should you have anything to clarify? Thank you.
Uh, Good morning, ma'am.
Morning
We're
po.
from Beco Paper Corporation. We just wanted to have a clarification for the deliveries because we encountered usually on our deliveries some of the items. Sometimes when the deliveries van is already there, even the doesn't want to receive it.
Back Secretariat and user.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before we answer that question, may we request the bidder or the prospective bidder who will ask a question to please state your name and the company you're representing for records purposes and for the minutes. Madam Chair, may we ask the end user to answer the question from our prospective bidder? Madam Chair.
Again, good morning. I am Bobby Chwaching from Beco Paper Corporation, Muntinlupa. My inquiry is pertaining about deliveries because sometimes we did encounter when we delivered, the van was already there, but the receiver doesn't want to receive it.
May we hear
Chair,
from
if
the
I
end
may
user?
po.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, good morning, sir. Thank you for your question. Regarding po the deliveries, we already prepared po a memorandum to regional offices informing them of the schedule of the deliveries of LRs. So regarding po sa deliveries, part of the post-qualification documents is the supplier will provide us the detailed printing, manufacturing, binding, revising, packaging, and delivery schedule. So from that document po, we can send this delivery schedules po to our field offices for them to be aware of the delivery schedules ng mga learning resources na matatanggap nila within this year po. Thank you, sir.
We knew that, ma'am,
Uh,
but we still encounter some difficulties in some regions.
end user, I think the question is not so much on the timeline, on the schedule. It's more on the refusal of the recipients to receive.
Yes, ma'am. We already prepared
the
po a
would-be
memo for approval of USEC GINA po, informing our regional offices regarding po nitong delivery schedules po ng ating mga learning resources to be delivered this year. Para
Okay.
at least po, aware din po si regional offices at saka yung pong mga delivery sites natin para ready din po sila na kung kailan po yung expected date po ng deliveries para present po yung ating mga authorized receiving personnel during the delivery schedule.
Okay.
Thank you,
Anyway,
ma'am.
sir, we got your point. We actually understood your concern. So it's going to be an internal issue. We'll make it sure that this is going to be handled by BLR and that of the whole OUCI strand. Actually, your concern is more on the refusal, so we'll make it a point that that's not going to be experienced anymore through a memorandum that we'll be issuing to the regional directors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Any other question? Kindly raise your hand lang and approach the mic. Mike, that lady in green.
Good morning,
Can
ma'am.
we request for a microphone stand?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Catherine Silva from FEP Printing Corporation. In
Oh.
additional po dun sa sinabi ni Sir,
Will you mention again your office?
I'm Catherine Silva from FEP Printing Corporation.
Okay.
So, may additional question lang po ako regarding doon sa sinabi ni Sir kasi tama po yun. Kailangan lang po talaga siguro ma-inform para at least hindi din po pabalik-balik yung forwarder namin kasi yung cost din namin, magkakaroon kami ng additional cost. And then, in addition to that po, sana po yung certificate of final acceptance, sana maisabay na rin po o kaya mapabilis kasi po, that is part of the documents during our payment na pag na-delay po, hindi po kaagad din kami mababayaran. So sana po magawan po ng paraan. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's well noted, and I hope that the end user is taking notes. But of course, would like to. I know the end user will certainly ask you to inform also the divisions or the regions of your exact schedule. It cannot just be a day or two that you have to inform them. It has to be ahead to ensure that people are also available to receive those goods. Thank you. So end user, I think you really have to think about how to ensure that the property custodians or supply officers will be available in the schools or in wherever those goods are going to be dropped. Thank you. Are there more?
Kindly approach the mic, please.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'm Chaan Dalida from Midtown Printing Company Incorporated. I just would like to ask if by any chance there is a sample of any item to be bid.
And you, sir?
Thank you, ma'am. But we can only provide you po sample for kindergarten activity sheets. Kasi for grade 9 and grade 10 LRs, we do not have po samples pa. Pero yung pong digital copies will be provided once okay na yung ating contract. And yun, ganun din po sa psychosocial activity pack. New materials po kasi siya, kaya we don't have samples or copies of those materials. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Chair, if I may, please.
Okay.
Okay, the prospective bidders who may want to see the samples, they can go to the Secretariat office. But the end user, when can you provide us the samples?
Sir, for kindergarten activity sheets, we can provide you po with the samples. So, yun na lang po. Ipakuha po namin dun sa warehouse. Then, we will provide po yung back ng samples.
Okay,
but not the other learning resources because I think this is the first time that we are procuring.
Okay. So, kindergarten activity sheets lang ang mapaprovide nila. So, you can view it or examine it in the Secretariat's office. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Are there more? So, I think, okay.
Ma'am, regarding about my inquiries pertaining about the deliveries. Again, I'm Bobby Chuaching from Beko Paper Corporation, Muntinlupa. We have encountered kasi usually yung receiver, 3 persons ang nagre-receive madalas eh. Sometimes when one person is absent, di dalawa lang nagre-receive po, yung document itself kulang ng pirma. So we have to go back and it really takes a hard time of going to find that person sometimes nasa meeting or nasa conference and they're not complete. Do we have an alternative of doing so that in our part, hindi na ho kami mahihirapan.
Ito yung district na sinasabi natin. Okay, this is by district. But we are resorting to having the representatives from each school to receive.
Yes, ma'am. We'll include this po in our memorandum para at least po lahat ng details, and yun din po kasing ibang detalye will come from our supplier, especially yung delivery schedule nila para at least aware din po yung ating field offices na sa ganung oras, sa ganung araw dadating yung mga deliveries.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I got that. Just an information po, no, especially to our suppliers, so that you will also understand. This is an experience that I have to share you also. I was superintendent in 2 divisions, Tuguegarao City and Cagayan. There are many instances na may deliveries kami ng early morning, 2 o'clock a.m. And certainly you wouldn't expect any single person to be there. You really have to wait until 8 o'clock kung kailan dapat pumapasok yung mga tao. So yun po yung mga nangyari. And I hope that when you deliver, you also have a lot of people to bring down all those goods, and kasi ang nangyayari natatagalan din because we wouldn't like, of course, to disrupt office work for this delivery. So these are points that you really have to work on. Kaya importante po talaga yung the time, the schedule that you give us. And when you say you're arriving there at this time, on this date, you have to be there because it's not all the time that they can also make themselves available. But of course, in the memorandum, we will ensure that somebody has to be responsible for this to receive. Thank you.
But ma'am, regarding about the deliveries, we knew that there was alam po namin na meron po talagang schedule. We always give the advance schedule to most of the yung deliveries namin. But it sometimes may mga disaster din, bigla nagbaha. So yung schedule na yon, when we call them up, so we understand naman, we have to adjust on our part. But it seems sometimes yung lugar mismo hindi na kayang lagyan. So we knew that some of the situation, the teachers themselves, who are actually, hindi naman nilang trabaho yon, naintindihan naman namin, pero they were there helping those sacrifices, pero it seems that no choice eh. So we have to compromise. So sometimes they would ask us to deliver in the other point. And yung addition nun, yun ang problema. Kasi it seems yung area would be quite far. Gusto lang namin paabot po sa inyo, those things did happen to us po.
Yeah, we understand. Especially during calamities and emergencies. It's something that we cannot control. All right. Thank you. But certainly, we are now requesting the end user to think about all this, think about scenario, so that whatever scenario is, then you're able to arrest the problem. So there will be no reason that these goods will not reach the schools on time. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Arnold from Max Copy. I have a question for this technical specification. For the cover page, it says here it's a full code 12. Do we have specific gram or weight for this material? Because when we say a full code 12, some supplier will tell you 195 GSM, some will tell you 205, some will tell you 210. So,
okay, may we hear
do
from
you
the
have
end
a
user?
standard like you have here in newsprint? You have 48.8 GSM, and book paper is 70 GSM. So the question is for the cover page book full coat, if we could come up with a specific weight on this, because in page 25 we need to have this certificate of paper test result from the bureau, from the agency. So they themselves will provide us the correct weight of this particular item.
Okay. May we hear from the end user? And I know we have a TWG for this. Thank you.
If I may po, Ma'am Emil Celedonio. Yes po, we can provide naman po nung equivalent grammage nung sa cover. Ang ano lang po kasi, understood naman sa market na kapag sinabing fold code 12, isa lang naman po yun. Iba yung fold code 10, iba yung fold code 15 at saka fold code 18. So kaya specific agad po yung sinabi namin na fold code 12 solid white po. Pero ipo-provide din po namin kayo na equivalent grammage nun. Pwede naman po. Maraming salamat po.
Okay.
Okay, follow-up question. Marami kasi kami na-encounter na food code 12 pero very flimsy ba? So, kasi caliper yun. Pag sinabi mong food code 12, caliper siya. So, paano mo ma-determine yung caliper against dito sa certification ng gagawin ng ano to? Forest Product Research Development Institute. So we better come up with the same apple to apple.
Yes po sir, ipoprovide namin yung equivalent grammage ng cover. Thank you po.
That's noted. So take note of that also. Okay. Other more?
Okay, kindly approach the mic, please.
Yeah, good morning po. I'm Luz of Printwell. I would like to ask if we could, if you could put some tolerances on the 70 GSM because sa paper mill po may mga tolerances po na nilalagay sa universal standard.
TWG? End user?
Yes po ma'am, noted po ilagyan natin ng ano. Ang alam ko meron kami sinabit, merong negative 3% na minus 3%. Yun lang po, minimum lang po ang tolerance na nilagay namin. Pero i-input po namin sa ano. Salamat po.
Yes, and also to add on dun sa isang supplier kanina, dun sa caliper 12, depende po kasi sa supplier talaga yung grammage. So may 190, may 200, may 210 maximum. So it's better po na ilagay po natin yung equivalent caliper 12 dun sa grammage po niya para po apple to apple po when it comes to testing po sa Los Baños. Thank you po.
Noted po, noted. Thank you
Okay,
po.
thank you.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm Dovi Yap from Edu Resources. I have a question regarding the unit cost for the different lots. Considering that this will be delivered to different zones, different regions, you only have one price for all the zones.
Okay, maybe hear from the end user.
Yes po ma'am, isang unit cost lang po siya. Yun nga lang po, hinati lang siya sa iba-ibang sa apat na lots. Kaya hindi naman po possible ang yung unit cost namin mag-iba-iba pa roon. Maraming salamat po.
But that includes the delivery, diba? So the delivery would be different from each.
Yes po ma'am, yes po.
Okay, thank you.
And for sure, the end user had a way to balance that.
Yung pong nanghihingi ng sample, ito po yung sample ng kinder activity sheets. Pwede naman po namin i-present ngayon.
Are there other questions? If not, I am requesting Secretariat to give them some reminders, should there be any, before we adjourn.
Again, from Beco Paper Corporation, Bobby Chuaching, sa Muntinlupa. We noticed na may newsprint pala ma'am nakalagay din dun sa ating requirement. Yung quality na newsprint. At saka isang 70 GSM which is white. So
Sir,
what are we using? Ibig nyo sabihin pag magbibid kami, two types of quality yung inside papers or we just bid for one type?
Sir, if I may po ma'am. Sir, yung sa kinder, ano nga yung requirement ng kinder? Malinaw naman po doon na nakalagay na ang kinder ay newsprint po. Para sa kinder activity sheets. The rest, 70 GSM po. So pag kinder ang ipiprint nyo, newsprint ang gagamitin nyo kasi yun po yung requirement namin.
Para sa kinder po?
Yes po, para sa kinder lang ang newsprint. Nakalagay naman po dun sa specs. Iba-iba pong specs din sa kinder at saka sa Psychosocial sa grade 9 and 10. Pero ang kinder lang po ang newsprint ang requirement namin sa inside pages. Salamat po.
Paki-correct na lang doon sa bid form. Dahil ang pagkakaintindi po namin.
Sir, newsprint po ang nakalagay dito. Ito po yung
para sa kinder?
text specs. Opo, kinder.
Okay.
Sa kinder po nakalagay standard newsprint. Class A 48.8 GSM or better.
Okay.
So, yun po. Paki-check na lang po kung
Sige
sakali. Salamat
Thank you.
po.
Okay, dito sa likod.
Yes, good morning po. I'm from JC Palabay. Regarding po dun sa kinder activity sheets, ng breakdown ng parang sa mother tongue, wala kasing maayos na breakdown kung ilan, hindi namin makompute kung saan po siya, ilang quantity. Kung di-divide kasi natin yung total price ng ABC sa quantity, iba-iba kasi yung dialects. Yun, yung breakdown lang po nito, magkakaroon po siguro kami ng copy or bid bulletin para dun sa breakdown.
Yes sir, noted po. I-check namin yung per lot kung ano-ano mga dialect ang i-deliver dun sa lot 1, lot 2, at saka lot 3 and lot 4.
Thank you po.
Para po ma-breakdown yung quantity. Salamat po sir.
Thank you po.
Okay.
In addition, sir, dun po sa allocation list that we provided to back, nandun po makikita rin kung ilang Akyano nang i-preprint per region, ilang Tagalog. So, nandun po sa allocation list po. But for we can provide din naman po din ng summary. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may, the allocation lists are also posted together with the bidding documents. So the end user is now saying that the allocation list per, what do you call that? Per language is provided naman po sa bidding documents. Maybe the bidder can check na lang po. Naka-post naman po siya. Thank you.
So it so happened that they have not bought the bidding documents yet. That's why they don't have a copy yet.
Maybe yeah po. Pero you can download it from our website po. The allocation list. Thank you. That lady in white, you may approach the mic.
Hi, good morning. Glenda Cabanos from Bloombooks Inc. Would like to ask lang po, during opening of bids, do we need to submit po a sample similar to be bid po?
Thank you, ma'am. Pero sa BDocs po, wala kaming nire-require na sample. Pero during the post po, yun nga lang po ang nire-require namin is yung kasama na pala yung test result sa technical documents na isa-submit ni end user.
Thank you po.
Yung result po. Pero sa samples po, wala naman, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Okay, dito ulit sa likod. From JC Palabay.
Yes, last question po. Is there a possibility na magbago po yung grammage nung para sa makakapal natin yung 440 pages and 320 pages? Yung 70 GSM po kasi, tas ganun kakapal yung page, parang masyado siyang mabigat. Kung pwedeng, kung lang, kung sakali, na 60 GSM. Pero kung yun ang requirement po, okay lang naman po. Thank you.
End user?
Pwede lang po siya doon sa tolerance, yung negative 3% bumaba ng konti, 70 minus 3% doon. Yun lang po ang limit natin para sa pagbaba ng grammage niya. Salamat po.
Okay, again, that lady in white and green. You may approach the mic.
Glenda Cabanos po ulit from Bloombooks. Kasi po, during sa testing po, would like to ask lang po kung ano po yung sa test result po kasi sa FPRDI as we inquire, not available pa rin po yung testing ng brightness and opacity. So, ano po yung pwede po namin isubmit pa na as a equivalent po doon na test?
Madam Chair, if I may po. Dun sa diniscuss kanina, in case po na hindi available yung test ng FPRDI, hihingi lang po kayo ng certificate na hindi available yung ganitong testing nila ngayon. Then dun sa manufacturer certificate, kaya hinihingi po namin yung manufacturer certificate na compliance yung isasubmit yung materials base dun sa ating specifications. Ang isang kailangan po dun sa manufacturer certificate, sana need rin po na kung saan man yung bansang kuhanan nyo ng papel nyo, meron din naman silang testing result eh. Pwede nyo pong isama yon kasama nung manufacturer certificate. Pero kailangan po ma-secure yung certificate na FPRDI na hindi available yung kanilang services sa ganong mga testing. Salamat po.
Okay po, thank you po.
Okay, thank you. May we have the last two questions?
Yes, that guy in red.
Hello, good morning po. I'm Rich Libanez from Sun Printing Press, Cebu City. Clarify lang po regarding sa allocation list na nakalista lahat dito. Ito ba yung school? These are the schools that we are going to deliver. Region 1, just in case there are few.
And you, sir?
Yes, sir. For grades 9 and 10 po, this will be delivered directly to junior high school. While for kindergarten po, nakalagay po sa ating allocation list ay district offices. Then for psychosocial activity pack, this will be delivered po directly to our schools division offices po. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Then isa nga po, regarding sa sampling plan for the pre-delivery inspection, the form, paano to? I-deliver namin sa school, then pre-delivery inspection?
If I may po, Madam Chair. Yung pong sampling plan, once na awarded na at mag-start na po kayo, na-approve na yung AMP nyo, Authority to Mass Print, magre-request na po kayo ng inspection. So, ilalagay nyo dun sa request nyo kung ilan na yung na-produce nyo, na i-inspectin ng mga inspectorate team, at ang inspectorate team po ang gagawa ng sampling plan base dun sa request nyong quantity for inspection. Yun po, salamat po.
Just in case, andun po kami sa Cebu. Pupunta,
Yes po sir, possible naman po yun kasi kailangan inspectin yun bago nyo i-deliver.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Salamat po.
Just to control, I think some of the questions that are being asked are actually present or reflected in the bid documents. It so happened that you just failed to read. So we cannot answer all the questions that you wish to ask, given that all these questions are already found in the bid documents. Yun lang, unless na you read it, you understood it, but you want to clarify, then that's okay. Alright? Kasi kahit maghapon tayo nito, hindi maubos nito ang questions nyo. Alright? So may we have the next question unless there's going to be a hirit. Ayaw nila talaga na. Kasi pinapahalata na hindi binasa. Nakahalata ako eh. Because I know all these are actually reflected in the bid documents. Unless it's vague, ambiguous, that you need to clarify, then we do it. Okay. All right. Is that going to be the last? Did you read the bid docs, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ang
very
clarification lang po, ma'am, just additional Kasi with regards sa mga number of pages po, though meron naman pong naka-indicate, di ba? So I just want to make it sure na sana po eksakto yon. Kasi mahirap po kasi pag magkaroon tayo ng additional pages na mag-charge kami sa inyo na it's not possible. So para at least maganda yung usapan natin po sa pricing. So yun lang po. Thank you very much po.
And you, sir, that's one thing that we want you to vet. All right? If there's a need for you to count not just twice or thrice or more than that, you really have to do that. Okay, thank you. Okay, no more huling hirit. All right, thank you very much for that. So, back Secretariat, is there anything that you wish to remind them before we adjourn?
Madam Chair, should there be any other queries from the prospective bidders, they can submit their written clarification, but the deadline will be on June 9, 2023 at 5 p.m. They can email it at depedcentral.backsecretariat@deped.gov.ph, and also be reminded that the deadline for submission of bids will be on June 20, 8:30 a.m. at BCD Conference Room, that is in Bonifacio Building, 3rd floor. That will be all, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, back Secretariat. How many prospective bidders do we have at present? I really have to ask that because I'm so happy seeing all of you here. With your number, I'm very sure that, and I'm very confident that we will succeed. There will be no reason for us not to be able to provide our learners with all these materials. Siguro naman, lahat ang mga ito ay